the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we're still going under the assumption that Tom Brady is definitely retired. So Kyle Trask holds the top spot here at plus 300. Take a look at the odds on your screen. Jimmy Garoppolo actually comes in at second at plus 500. Could he finally replace Tom Brady? Then you got a rookie, free agent options, and trade targets kind of filling out the rest of the board. Which direction do you think Tampa goes in, Geoff? Because they're still in win now mode. So maybe adding a veteran quarterback on the cheap would be the best option, like a Jimmy G.
Like, there's just no way Bruce Arians came back to stick around and start Kyle Trask next year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way that's happening. I think you've got to fade the top of the board for Tampa. You've got to go big with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think if you're taking a shot, I think Russell Wilson is a guy I would look to be taking a shot with here if he's on the board, if he becomes available in the betting odds. I don't know about Aaron Rodgers necessarily. I'm pretty convinced that it's coming down to like one or two teams for Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure if Tampa's in there, but who knows? And I really don't hate the Jimmy G option. I feel like if those big names just they can't hook the big fish again like they did with Tom Brady, they will look to Jimmy G because, you know, the one thing Garoppolo does bring, he brings a decent pocket presence. Yeah, he's a bit statuesque. Yes, he gets banged up, but he's got a pretty quick release. And I think Bruce Arians will value that a little bit more than most people. So, yeah, I don't mind taking a shot with Jimmy G, but this is one where I'd be looking down, you know, maybe for something kind of like a Hail Mary play like a Russell Wilson, because I just can't see Bruce Arians not putting pressure on the Tampa Bay like ownership to try and grab a big guy just to keep him around. So.
And despite Jimmy G's like limited game, like his career record 37-16 as a starter with the playoffs included. The only caveat there to me would be I don't know if any of these NFC teams are going to want to trade within the conference. You know, if they are going to go after a quarterback trade.
I mean, I feel like San Francisco will just take what's there with Jimmy G. Like I'm not sure if they're so worried about like Jimmy G is going to come back and beat us. I think that's the one quarterback where. You know, he's probably fine trading in conference.
Yeah. I could see like you offer him 2 second-round picks, something like that. They're like, okay, fine, deal.
Yeah,
like
I think San Francisco take that.
We'll do it. AJ, who do you think takes this next step? Is there someone whose odds are like, oh, that looks pretty tasty?
I mean, Russ Wilson was the first name that I saw on there. Plus 1,800. Like, I love that value there. And I agree with everything that Geoff said and you, Emerson, about this being a win-now team. They don't need their picks. They've got their first and second this upcoming year that they could shell out. I don't hate the Jimmy G call either. And honestly, before today's news that the Packers were ready to throw that big contract, why not Aaron Rodgers? Like, they could probably bring him and Devontae in, have those guys both come in together. Like, that is an immediate upgrade to what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need. It's not the worst idea. Tom Brady retiring being the first step in that 3-step process to get them over the hump. But we'll see what happens, obviously, with everything there. But I do like Russ as probably my favorite target here in terms of, finding someone with really high value that makes a lot of sense. And plus 1,800 is a good spot.